Buckle up, Buttercup. Live from Gloucester, Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the GloucesterCast podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
And Halloween Spectacular.
We are live.
Oh boy.
We're live.
We're live.
Well, we're live.
And alive.
Chapter
Live
Mayhem.
and alive.
That looks like a Boston Patriot.
You have.
That's exactly what that is, Pat.
Oh, I thought you were doing the Seinfeld, the puffy shirt.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would have
Well,
no jacket. That was a great episode.
that
though.
is
it
a
was.
great episode.
The girl talked him into wearing the puffy shirt. Worst thing ever.
You look fabulous.
Thank you.
Again, with the blue brings out your eyes.
Thank you, Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's
Well-
we need the update. First of all, welcome to GloucesterCast 609. I'm your host, Joey Shimataro. We have Jimmy Dalpiaz.
Good morning, Gloucester.
I'm your host, Joey, obviously. Scotty Mack is with us.
Good morning, Gloucester.
Pat the Patriot. Paul Gamber's with us.
Good morning, Gloucester.
Over there. Pat Cam.
No.
Pat Cam.
Wow.
Paula Ryan O'Brien is over there.
Nice pumpkins, dear.
Paula Ryan O'Brien live in studio this
All
morning.
right.
That's
Not
right.
behind the keyboards of trollism.
Paula Ryan O'Brien also brought speedy sauce for me.
Oh, I just said Speedos.
No,
Speedy.
speedy sauce.
Ooh.
Maybe next
I almost
time.
got excited, Paula. So
Oh,
I'd like
No,
to see
maybe
your,
next time.
I'd like to see your
Speedos
fashion
tucked
sense
away.
and choice in Speedos.
Yeah, I would I'd look into that.
Oh, look at that. The Spanks from the swingers from
Nice.
the villages say good morning, wake up, Joey.
Ah.
55, staying alive.
Yeah.
I just learned last night that they're related to Wayne the Mailman.
Yeah, the sister.
Yeah, I didn't know that,
Yeah, the
which
sister.
makes it even funnier.
It is. A lot of our people that were at the party last night are chiming in, which is nice. Bill Powell, Annie Rochon, Kathy Barlow, Patrick McNally, who drove all the way from New Hampshire by himself to come see us.
Yeah.
It was really nice, very
Yeah.
sweet, very special. I got to talk to him for a little bit. My beautiful wife, Kate, is with us. The Spanks, Peter Rollins is with us. Lisa Buccieri Lamont is with us. Anybody else that's lurking, love for you to chime in. Hey, how you doing, Carlo Masseri? Nice to hear from you.
Very important that we hear from the lurkers.
Pauline's gifts. Bill Wren, who said he was remiss that he was too late pulling the trigger to buy his ticket for the party.
Mm.
That
It
happens.
was a limited number.
That's sort of like your Christmas calendar, Joe. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's just,
I tell everybody, don't wait.
and that's coming up too, right? Christmas
Christmas-
calendar.
Yeah, I'll have those by Thanksgiving. I want to do those, and I always want to have them sold by Thanksgiving so that I can get them out and get it off of my plate. And I want all my Christmas shopping done by Christmas, by Thanksgiving.
Do you take pre-orders?
I do, but I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
We do. I'll do that in probably a week's time. Lisa Frontiero Tilsey, I hope you had a nice time last night. Joanne Wood and Pauline's gifts.
Mhm.
Pauline's gifts. Oh yeah, well, the two. So why don't we go over our prizes? So if you share the podcast and type shared,
That was me.
Is that Bugs?
Bugs is here.
Bugsy.
Bugs is coming in. This is donated by Three Lanterns Ship Supply. Phoenix baseball cap. Very nice. Good morning, Bugs.
Good morning, Bugs.
Love the shirt. Love the shirt.
So I was in Three Lanterns.
Yeah.
And I said, did you watch? See that? He goes, yes, I did. And thank you very much. So I wanted to extend that thank you.
Awesome. The straight
Here you go, Bugs.
Beauty of Thatcher and Straight Smith
Open it.
Islands calendar 2023.
Yeah.
Donated by Paul St. Germain. Bunch of beautiful images. Pat's looking at them. Maybe our
Very nice. Are
viewers.
we doing these?
Yep, and we also have patches. Patches O'Houlihan. Those are going to go. Should we go those separate? Yes, we'll have 4 prizes today.
Okay.
You know, we're going to do 4 prizes. If we get up to 20 shares, we'll do 4 prizes.
Okay.
If we have under 20 shares, we're going to do the 2 patches are going to go together.
Okay.
And you have to pick up your prizes before next Sunday's podcast, or they go back in the prize pool. All right. So that now that we have that order of business out of the way, how you doing, Bugs?
Good.
Did you have fun last night?
I had a ball.
Good time. How was the food?
It was good. It was excellent.
Yeah, guy did a good job.
What did you
right?
have?
I had the prime rib.
Yeah, me too.
I had
Phenomenal.
2 desserts.
I mean, my cut was like that thick.
Yeah.
I know. Super thick.
Yeah, it's good.
Good job. They did a
I
fantastic.
ate Frankie McCormick's dessert because he left. So I had 2 desserts.
That's what you
So you
get.
got that going for you.
It's a big night. Yeah.
Well, your popsicles. It's good that you had the 2 desserts because your popsicles and your ice cream defrosted in your fridge.
Yes, but that's all right. They put me in another slip. I have electricity back, and next weekend will be the last week.
Power went out on his slip, so he
Wow.
lost his popsicles.
Oh,
That's a
I saved the
travesty.
sticks though.
You did? Yes.
Save
Gonna
the-
refreeze
I
them?
saved the sticks. No, I use them when I make epoxy. I use it to stir up.
Oh, yeah.
I save everything.
Yeah.
I'm a Yankee. I'm
Yeah.
an Italian Yankee.
Italian Yankee. But big time thank you to Dan Lavala, Chef Dan Lavala, and his
Great job.
crew.
They were amazing, that crew. The way they were hustling.
Wow.
Hey!
Ralph to Georgia. We got
I told you I'd make it today.
You never know who's going to come through the doors of GMT.
he's got his
No, you do
Patriots.
not.
See, I like it. We have Patriot and we have Patriots.
Let's get Ralph out of here.
We're not We're not giving up on our team.
No,
I
you
like
never give up on the team.
I like this
Wanna
one.
go
I
here,
like
here?
this
I'll sit
sweatshirt.
wherever you want me to sit.
Wherever you want
I have a lot to say, so you probably,
put you in.
Joe, you should probably leave then.
Is this the roast?
You know, I have to say, last night was a very important night.
It was
Very important night.
okay.
As you know, it was Joey's birthday last night, right?
Oh yeah, my happy birthday. I forgot to even.
Yeah.
That's how important it was.
So good. I forgot about your birthday.
And you know, I wasn't supposed to come home until today.
Right, you made it early.
My day started yesterday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. The wife and I got up, drove 150 miles, got on a plane, flew home, landed at 6 p.m.,
Ooh.
changed in the parking garage at the airport.
Video that's later.
Right?
We're gonna get,
Yes.
we're gonna get mass
I
video.
don't care
of
about
that.
him
And
changing.
walked into the party at 10 minutes of 7.
Yeah, you made it
That's
on time.
we had to go through customs because we had his gift to get through customs. That was another
Whoa.
story. Yeah.
Ooh.
But that was one of the reasons why I was here, a little late last night. But it was a very important event. But more importantly, last week I was at my doctor's. You know my doctor.
No. Vinny Gumbats?
Oh no. He's an Italian doctor. Three fingers Vaseline. Really, really. He's the guy who helped me find my car keys. But anyway, he was telling me last week that the ratings have been way off. And he said, Ralph, you really got to get back on the show. So I said, yeah, I'm going to come over, and I looked up the ratings, and he was right. It's somewhere teetering between 1.
Yeah.
So I said, let me come on
Lemon
today,
alcohol.
help you guys out a little bit, celebrate, talk about last night at the party. We show up at the party at 10 minutes to 7. And I walk in the door, and there's Joe and Kate. I mean, Kate's all dolled up. My wife did a parking garage makeover for this event.
Right.
I walk in, there's Joe.
Right.
Sweatpants, sweatshirt, chain. He looked like Justin Timberlake's offspring. What the hell with the hat? He really looked.
Did they have the tag on still?
I got
Yeah.
the tag.
All the tag.
The tag is on.
Yeah.
The Mr.
He had
T
the
starter
tag
kit.
on.
Pat, what's that? You got the image there, right, Pat?
But
I do.
yeah.
The all-day outfit.
All day outfit. Oh yeah! Look at that fleece right there, baby.
Look,
That Sherpa lined. I love it. All right, that's enough of that. But yeah, no.
but it was a good time. And I walk in, and Joe says to me, he goes, "Oh, you got to see Gamby. He's looking for you." Oh, I go see. Really, go see Paul. He really wants to see you. He misses you. Wants to say so. I said, sure. So we're having dinner. So I said, "Wife, let's go see Paul." We walk over to Paul's table, and as he's sitting there, he's eating, and I go, "Hi, Paul." He looks up. He goes, "Ralph, can't you see him eating here dinner with my wife?"
None of these stories are true.
Oh, come on.
All right, well.
You guys were all drinking.
No, I understand. This is one of the first times you brought your wife around the whole gang.
Yeah.
What did she listen? It was. I have to say, I knew probably 65% of the people that were there last night.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the people were people I met that are followers of the blog.
I knew maybe 6 or 5 people.
It was big. I mean, it was a big event. Every one of Joe's friends were there. I counted at least 4.
I don't think anybody enjoyed Joe's birthday more than Joe.
But we had a hard time separating to get them around the tables.
Well,
because there's 4, and there was like 10, 11 tables. That was hard.
A lot of echo. A lot of echoing. But
Yeah.
it was a great time. I mean, it was an important event.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was real. I mean, it's so important that the ex-mayor and the new mayor sat at the same table.
Yeah.
That's big,
That's
Yeah.
huge.
right?
Speaking of important events, Joey, isn't there like an anniversary this weekend? or
Yes.
something?
Oh,
Ralph's
Mike,
wedding.
that's the reason. Another reason I'm here.
Yeah,
Michael, my son Michael, and his
Ralph's
beautiful
No,
bride.
no. This is
1
the
year.
anniversary of Ralph's
No,
wedding.
no,
Ralph's
no.
wedding.
Michael, we got to celebrate.
Michael,
Michael,
It's
and
really
Michael
about
should
you.
get
Celebrate
Let's
it.
be honest. It was really about you.
Yeah, it was really Ralph's
That was an Academy Award-winning film that you made.
It was, but
It was.
Ralph's film.
it's a
Ralph's
big
wedding
day
and
today.
Ralph's
It's
film.
their first
Yeah.
anniversary. They
Yeah.
365 days. they
Congratulations to
survived.
that. I DJ'd the after party for that.
And they're happy as ever. They're
Thank
happy
you for having me
got
for
married.
that. Again,
Well,
for
the
DJing
Scotty
after
was at
party.
the after party.
However, I can attest that
that
more people were congratulating Ralph upstairs for the after party than his son.
It's.
Yeah, it was
I
a
have
good
to
after
say,
party.
everybody does refer to it. Ever since that whole week before and after has been referred to as Ralph's weddings. Let's be
Scotty. Craig wanted to launch the video on the anniversary.
Great video. Great
Yeah.
acting, too, by the way.
Thank you.
It was a
but
good show.
the kids were involved. They had to be part of it. I
You're
couldn't
gonna talk
find
to-
another bride and groom. Short notice.
You got to talk to TJ. He might be able to get you in an Oscar running on.
I might have to
Yeah,
get my
that's
card.
true.
Yeah.
My SAG card.
Sad cut.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, my mother made these cookies special for Chris McCarthy
and Connor.
and Connor. There.
Yeah, Chris, how was it, Chris?
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris.
So
Can
she
we talk about Chris?
So Chris, being a no-show for the party last night, no-show for the podcast today, I figured he doesn't need to. He probably not going to show up, so we can't let these go to waste.
I really
You want him to go
like to
stale.
discuss
We can't- we
last
can't-
night.
we
Your friend, your closest friends were there. Thank you.
Yeah.
I brought something to wash him down with.
Oh, there you go.
But honestly,
we can't. But my mother made these
Yeah,
special.
yeah.
We can't.
grab one up.
Yeah,
Pass
yeah.
it.
Oh,
Pass
yeah.
this around.
These are money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I gotta let.
Mhm.
These
Oh,
Wow.
oh, they're delicious.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh, and by the way,
Yeah.
where were you last night?
Pat.
Thank you.
He had a gig.
I had the DJ
Oh,
at
wow.
Pier 7
Whoa,
for
wow.
the Getting Eerie first
I
ever Pier 7 Halloween party.
I was told that, and that's why I didn't go to the after party, because I went did a little investigating last night. I went by the pier last night. Yeah, lights out. Rumors are that him and his little girly friend there were having a nice little romantic dinner somewhere, candles and an ice
Oh.
cream. And
Pat, you want to go to the tape on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Hold
know.
on.
I don't know. I don't
Hold
believe
on.
it. I don't believe it.
Wait a
Unless I
minute.
went to the wrong pier.
Oh, look at the two of you. That's a
Wow.
beautiful couple right there.
It must have been a hell of a night. You're still dressed in the same outfit.
Well, a commander never leaves his post on duty.
Hit the button. Bum.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Chris's absence
Thank you.
last night. He flew in. I heard his plane landed at about 6:00.
I was tracking it.
Yeah, I flew in around 6:00. But rumors have it that Charlene was spotted walking out of a Home Goods with a shower curtain, and Chris was walking out of a Stop and Shop with 3 cans of whipped cream. So you do the math.
Thought you were gonna say
Breaking
fire.
news. Breaking news.
We haven't heard
I
from
thought they
either
were
one
gonna
of them
get
since,
caught
have we?
in the parking
We have
lot.
not heard from either one of them since. So
And they just spent 7 days together, too.
Mhm.
no,
And these cookies are
Oh,
so
these are
good.
good.
I'm
32
telling
years
you.
Joe, I have another one there. I'm
Yeah, you
starving.
gotta go for it.
Yeah.
Joey, your beautiful wife Kay would like to keep your mouth closed when you chew.
that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got.
And my friend
Oh,
from
Chris.
Houston, Myra Williams, right there. Huge Houston Astros fan.
Hey, everybody put your
Oh,
cookies up for
yeah.
Chris.
No,
Big win last night.
Chris, these are so
Hi,
delicious.
Myra.
And Connor.
It's Sunday. I feel like we're at church, right?
Oh, so
You gotta
back
eat
to
them
my
all.
other reason why I'm here. I wanted to bring you your birthday present,
Okay.
and
You gotta eat them all, Pat.
kind of had a little theme going last night. Steve and I, and Kim and I, and Steve and Kim, we wanted to get you something. I know Steve was getting half the gift, and I was getting the other half. He brought the bourbon for you, and here's another little gift of
Oh.
from Steve and I and the girls, Kim and Kim.
Whoa.
All right, that's why we were delayed in Cuba.
Wow.
All right.
Oh.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Wow.
Wait, I got
Wow.
It's still sealed.
It's probably a lot better than that tequila shock rock glass that Chris brought back from Mexico.
Oh, I
You
would
just
have
spoiled the gift.
I would have got you a thing, but all I came back with is this lousy T-shirt from Playa del Carmen. That's what he. That's what Chris got me. There you go.
Wow.
Now you're talking. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
big.
Let's
Hey,
fucking go.
You know where your
Very
real friends
nice.
are, right?
Very nice,
guys.
You know who
fellas.
they
Thank
are.
you very much. That is.
Our pleasure. And you have to thank Steve Reed as well, because if you don't, he won't give you half the money. So
Yeah.
say
Steve
thank
Reed,
you, Steve.
thank you very much, guys.
And
Thank you.
Kim.
And Kim.
And
And
Kim.
Kim. And Kim.
Okay.
And Kim. That was very generous, you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my wife had to go to Cuba for this, so
See,
extra thank you to her.
Cuba.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful. Thank you so much. While we're doing gifts, I don't want to make this about me.
That's a
Pat
great
and
follow-up
Pat
right
and
there.
Jimmy got me some tissue paper. Thank you very much.
Next week's prize.
Next week. Thank you so much for your support. Love, Sedalia. Oh, this is from Sedalia.
Oh,
No,
Sid.
no, she helped me get it for you.
Did Sedalia buy this, or did
she
you?
did
buy it?
not. See, the bag originally says Pat Dow.
This is sketchy. I think this is a regift job. So wait a second.
I
Let's
hope
vote.
the tags are still on it.
Let's
now.
vote right here. So this came in the bag. Thank you for all you do. Love, Sedalia.
That couldn't be to me. That couldn't be a note.
That's
to
what I'm
me.
saying. I think it's a regift. I love it. I love it. No, thank you so much.
And I'm hoping that the tags are still on it. So
That's
that you
very
don't
nice
think
colors,
it is a
Joe.
regift.
That's a nice color.
That is,
Shows off your eyes.
I'm gonna.
Yep.
It's all about the eye. Oh, I love it. Thank you guys.
The kids today, Ralph, say it makes your eyes pop.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Oh!
Oh.
Bugs has got the same exact shirt.
I
on.
thought this was a one of a kind, Pat.
Special
Joey's
order.
one of a kind.
Oh,
That's
well,
all. That's-
kind of.
I just want to make sure you know I already own one, so you don't accuse me of stealing that one.
No, McCarthy's the one that steals all that shit. He's notorious for that. So there's that. Oh my god! Oh my God. So we're gonna do a quick recap on Sober October. I did. I people probably at this point are well aware. I did Sober February and October 1 to 28. Yesterday I was off the wagon. Drew Hale, steadfast, and the only question we have. Oh, Jimmy steadfast.
Well, I was with you yesterday.
You were with me, so you're right. You did Sober February.
Yeah.
So Scotty and Drew, and you said yesterday, you said you weren't sure where you were going with
I
this.
was on the fence,
You were on the fence,
and I went to the Crow's Nest with you.
and you drank soda and cranberry.
Soda and cranberry with a lemon. And then I went to the Pier 7 Halloween party, and I am happy to say I did not drink.
Whoa!
Oh.
I'm
Wow.
not sure I believe
I
that.
did not. Look at my eyes, Ralph.
Yeah,
They'd
his
be
eyes are
glued
not
shut.
bleeding today.
I believe him.
Yeah, pretty clear.
I believe.
So, and then I went to the Turner Hill Halloween party and did not drink, and I was a designated driver.
Whoa.
Wow.
Nice
So-
done.
Congratulations.
So, Drew Hale, you and I, buddy, were like this on this one.
Good job. Good job.
Wow.
And I
2
think
days to go.
they both owe a little debt of gratitude to Warren Noir.
I was going to say, who was most surprised, you or Warren?
Well, I think everybody's surprised that you like.
Wait a second now. Patrick at the mile marker said he's never seen anybody drink like Drew Hale drinks.
Drew Hale, when he's putting in a session, I've never seen anyone drink like Drew Hale. But you are known as like
Marathon?
no, you continually are marinated.
Well, I don't know how to take that one.
There's a
Joe.
joke there somewhere. But
No.
I haven't
There's
found
yeah,
it
there's
yet.
something
Yeah.
in
No,
there
I think he's searching and reaching for the right words. It's just not going to come out no matter what you say.
No, the fact of the matter is, I'm proud of you. I love that. We love the fact that you've kept this up, and I think that it's. But I think the where I was going with this was Warren Waugh. I think it's really inspired Drew.
He was the catalyst.
He was a catalyst because Warren had no faith in Drew at all, and Drew took it very personally.
And thought that we had hidden nips everywhere.
Yeah, there was statements bandied about that were that they were hiding nips in the kids' drawers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so Drew was actually talking about taking it a little further past November 1st. So.
Wow.
Drew, I committed to 31 days of sober October.
And then that's it.
I've actually considered it myself, to be honest with you, but I don't know. If I decide to have a glass of wine with dinner, I'm going to have that glass. After.
So last night I got crushed, right? I had a great time. But I woke up this morning with a hangover, and I was thinking to myself, you know something, like that 28 days of not drinking and feeling really
good.
Felt really good in the morning, because getting up early for work here is, and not being tired, not feeling sluggish, not having like stomach ache, headache, or whatever, felt pretty good. So I think I'll probably not. I don't know. Whatever. I'm still gonna drink, and I'm gonna drink socially like I always
like
have.
An asshole. Like the diet.
Wow.
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
I'm gonna get after it, but I will recognize that I felt great for like that 28
That's
days.
important.
I felt great.
Yeah.
But you know what we should try next year?
What's up?
Okay, we all throw in a bunch of money into a pot, right? Pick a number. And then we do sober summer and see who can last the longest.
I'm out. I'm never doing it again.
That could be the
I'm
worst
never
idea
doing
I've
that
ever
again,
heard.
because
I'm telling you.
Bugsy,
It
you
is a
in?
bad idea, but it shows the toughness there. Who's the toughest? Who can do it?
it's a bad idea.
Do you
Trust
have
me.
any idea how much fun it would be hanging out with this crowd if they were sober the whole summer? Like, you know how many dogs would be beaten by their master?
Oh, forget it then. No, I don't want to hurt animals.
That was a bad
I don't want to hurt animals. I want to show mental toughness. I know I could do it.
Oh, these cookies though.
Ralph, I got to tell you,
Chris,
if
I
was
wish
to
you
do
were here to eat these cookies.
sober summer, your cruise would suffer on the music.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Who came up with this? That was a stupid idea.
Paul, your mom says, well, Sharon is your mom. Right?
Yes.
Yep. Says
Hi,
hi.
Mom.
Special shout out to Holly Gamber for joining us last night.
Yep.
She's not joining us this morning. She's sleeping in.
Wait, Mom joined you too?
She told me.
My
No,
wife.
his
wife was-
his beautiful wife came.
I thought you said
She
his
told
mom.
me she loves you coming out here, so she gets her time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you
whoa,
know.
hey. Oh, what is
Mom's
she-
listening. Otherwise, I'd expand on that.
Don't you have children already, Paul?
Sorry, Ollie.
Oh,
We
geez.
can keep trying.
I just opened the door for that one.
My mom says we missed you last night, Scotty. Michael Forget from over the bridge. Good morning, buddy.
Hey.
We're gonna have Mike on.
We're going to
soon.
have them on.
Oh,
We discussed
wait
this.
a minute.
Whoa.
Oh!
Whoa.
He only came for the cookies. Have the cookies.
No,
Grab
I'm
it
on a
quick.
diet. I'm on a diet.
Whoa.
Oh,
Hey, Paul, how you doing, man?
Oh, that give me
What
one.
was that? Oh, you fucker. Those are mine, you bastard. Take this. I was lying in bed. Shoot with your mouth closed. I was lying in bed watching
Sniff
Fox
the bag.
News, and I see breaking news: GMG's ratings down to 1. Quoted by Ralph DeGiorgio. I'm like, fuck, I gotta get over there and help these guys out. It's been a month since I've been on. Jesus, breaking news.
those cookies are delicious.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Chris, we got a cheer for you outside.
I'm only staying for an hour. Your guest is here.
Oh, Brian, come on in, Brian.
All right, well, I'm leaving.
Oh, yeah.
There's too many people up here. This
No,
building
no.
isn't structurally sound enough.
Oh, here.
Brian, how you doing, buddy? Good. Sit right down, bud. Brian LaFada, Gloucester High School Athletic Director.
Yep, director.
AD. Very successful fall sports.
Yes.
Golf team one stroke away from advancing, right?
Yeah, one
Slide
stroke
over
away.
a little bit.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, there you go.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna slide
that's
right
good.
back here with Chris.
That's good.
No.
Yeah, so the golf team, they did very well, had a good regular season again. Been a couple years now. It's been one of our top programs. And unfortunately, one stroke short of making it to the state championship meet.
Oh, wow.
Good season all in all.
Pat, can you just rotate just a little bit towards him? Oh, yeah.
Your number one player is a great hockey player as well, right?
Yep, Jack Delaney. He did have an injury last year, so injury concerns right now, but he's a good all-around athlete. Played tennis as well.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Three sports?
Yeah, a lot of those guys do. A lot of the golfers are also hockey players.
See that, Joe?
Yeah.
See, I was
fourth liner.
Fourth line bench. Yep.
Fourth line.
Do you have the video of me on fourth line?
I don't know if that's in the queue. How about the field hockey team?
Yep, field hockey is doing quite well. They most of our teams have wrapped up their regular season now. Now we're waiting over the next couple of days to find out their seedings for the state tournament. Field hockey could be in a position as a top 4 team in all of Division III in the state, which would be, like we all remember the hockey run we had last year. We had a lot of home games.
Mm-hmm.
They could be looking at hosting upwards of 3 home games as long as they do the job on the field and win their games. So that's exciting for them right now.
I heard the JV team's not doing too good, though.
Oh, the middle school team, the guy that crazy
middle school.
Well, I thought that was the feeder program. That was the feeder program right out of the middle school.
I'll tell you what, this guy here works magic. When you got 3 dozen 10 or 12 to 13-year-old girls and trying to control them by himself without any assistant coaches, and the amount of stuff he gets done in a practice every day, it's impressive. We keep him over there on the O'Malley campus. And
does he have a clipboard?
We keep him over there.
What's that?
Does he have a clipboard?
Oh yeah, he's
a whistle.
Tight. He wears the tight shorts.
Yeah.
He wears the tight shorts. He's got the whistle.
The high socks.
The high socks. The white. Yep.
What kind of hat do we wear? And this is the only coach I've dealt with like a full-fledged safari hat.
Yeah.
What was the Mets team? What was the Mets team he used to do? Some guy never heard of him from New York yesterday.
Oh, the Rumble Ponies.
Rubber Ponies. I saw a little T-shirt underneath this Gloucester uniform of the Rubber Ponies.
Oh, that was him. But we could have done you know how they're doing the big meme right now online is the spirit costume. We could have done a middle school school field hockey coach, and we had a picture of Jimmy with his outfit on.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the girls. They did great.
Well, you said at the beginning of the season, my goal is to get a win.
Yeah.
And you got more than one. You got 3 wins, bunch of ties. And
yeah.
At that fundraiser at 525, which was great, and the food at 525, if anybody hasn't been there recently, food's off the charts.
Yeah.
Tie-in's not losing, Jimmy.
Yeah, we had 3 wins.
They did great. And the kids were so happy.
6 ties.
all the parents were coming up to me saying how much they love Coach.
Yeah.
So
I don't know exactly the means of the story or the premise, but they said that Jimmy called to check on an injured player in the off season when somebody was injured, Jimmy. Yeah. And you didn't need to do that, but you just called to see how they were doing. That's the character of Jim Delpiez.
The girls give you a lot of time, so you want to make sure you give them acknowledgement. And if someone's injured, I want to let them know that we're thinking about them, and checking up on them. Because we're a team.
A good sign of a coach right there. He's been coaching a long time. Is when you he'll probably have contact with these girls 10, 15 years down the road when they're growing up, having families, getting jobs. That's myself as a coach. That's what I love to see around town is the guys that I coach through baseball and like I said, starting their own businesses, having families, and being successful. And that's kind of the rewarding part of coaching. And Jim is a perfect example of that.
I heard Belichick reached out to Brady to make sure that everything was okay with the divorce and all that. That's what good coaches do.
Hey, listen, I got to do a shout out with Brian because one day we had a game and the field was a little wet, and we got goose problems and goose poop and everywhere all over the field. But he went out there over 2 hours with a blower. He was out there drying the field and helping with some of the goose poop going over there by himself to do it. Jesus. And that's just so I can get my game in and stuff.
You should have called me. I would have picked it up.
Berger talked to me last night.
By the way, it did come up last night.
Yes, it did.
Mayor Berger.
I don't believe
it's not forgotten.
Brian, thank you.
You're supposed to go up to the dog park and pick up the.
You came in with an official declaration last night. We asked if it was for McCarthy to pick up the dog poop. It wasn't. It was official citation.
A citation,
but
not a summons.
The wrong way. There wasn't much talk about you last.
Just poop and Chris.
Poop talk.
Yeah. Those go hand in hand.
Brian, how about the weight room? How's that going on there?
Going very well.
About that.
Yep, the Gloucester Fishermen Athletic Association did a great job raising funds our weight room was in some rough shape. It's been a long time since there's been any upgrades to that. So, and especially after COVID, when we were dealing with the whole sanitary issues and this and that. So, almost all the equipment's in there. New floors, painted walls. I mean, it's everyone that's gone in there. It's night and day from what we had before.
I saw some pictures, and it's inspiring, and I'm sure the kids feed off of that. That's a whole. You want to be a part of something like that. Now, they have access to that after school every day. How does that work?
Yeah, what we're working on right now is how to do that. When they have to be obviously supervised by one of the teachers or coaches, but we're trying to work on a schedule where every day there's maybe a couple hours. I mean, the good thing is, like we said, we have a lot of 3-sport athletes, so they're at practice right after school. But as right now the fall season starts to end for a lot of teams, they're prepping for the winter. That if the hockey coach wants to go in there, the basketball coaches, any of them want to go in and take their players into.
Do you see an increase of activity now that you have the newer equipment and the newer?
It definitely gets them excited. So, you start to see them, especially with the football team. They've been grinding for a few years. Obviously, they're ones that use the weights a lot more. This is more even a fitness center. We really push because
you see, like when you're a kid though, when you get a brand new pair of sneakers and you're supposed to run faster.
Yeah.
When you go to the gym, do you pump up quicker in the new gym?
Yeah, I think these guys did. I know the first day I walked in,
but they're excited to be there.
Yeah, and they had 6 new sets of weights and everything, where usually there's about 2 of them there, and they're waiting in line, and the amount of work they can get done. And then, like I said, it's good for all sports, all student athletes, the females, the males. It's not just a heavy-duty weight room. Our athletic trainer, with all the rehab and stuff he does for injuries constantly, to have that access right there with a lot of the equipment is it's a huge asset for us. So we're lucky, like I said, all the new stuff. We actually also, another new thing on campus, a lot of people are starting to notice, is the tennis courts.
Yeah.
Lisa Nagello and Doug Kerr really headed it up with some help from the GFA, and tennis courts look great. It's been a long time coming, and that's another one of those programs that kind of slides under the radar. But now the last couple of years have been getting stronger and stronger, so it's good to finally have some nice facilities for the athletes to play on. So,
was there ever talk about a pickleball court?
It gets brought up once in a while. That is starting to take off right now, pickleball, but thankfully not.
I see that becoming
that's just another headache. I add another sport right now. We got 30 of them right now that I add another sport.
Oh my god!
But I know where I'm a coach. If we do add pickleball, right? Is this a good role model right here?
Joe's much better than me.
Like Coach Jim?
We bring
Coda,
that's all you need.
A lot of energy there.
Ben Stiller in dodgeball, was it?
Oh, he'd be something. So Greg, it's the Greg Swenson Fitness Center. Give it a little nod of the head to the Greg Swenson. Yeah.
Yep.
The soccer teams both did well, right?
Yep, both did well. Girls soccer team did come to an end this season in the regular season, but 6 great seniors on the team. We just did senior night for them, and then a good core of young players. Well, a couple of them are top scorers in the North Shore that'll be returning.
So 3 of those girls play on the club team with my daughter, Madeline. The Mano girl.
Yep.
Sky Shalino.
Yep.
And the Peony girl.
Yep.
Yeah, because every time I see a press releases, it's their names are popping up, and my daughter Madeline follows them as well because she's friends with them, and good programs.
Yeah, so a good young core there coming back, and again, those 3 are
they're all sophomores, right?
2 or 3 sport athletes, all sophomores. Yeah. So that's exciting.
So Madeline's Hamilton Wenham team has a really strong sophomore class. Nice. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
fun to watch. And the boys did well too.
Boys are doing well. They're in the same boat as field hockey, where they're now waiting for the seedings to come out for the state tournament. They're an exciting team to watch. We did have one junior broke the single season record for scoring, Gino Tripoli.
Wow.
It's a very high scoring team, so it's exciting. Now, granted, you get to state tournament time, I'm sure the defense will buckle down. But there'll be another one. At this point, they're probably looking to be a top 16 seed, which guarantees 1 home game, hopefully.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be exciting. So we get those announcements over the next 3 days. So you'll see it soon on all the social media of when the games are, especially at Newell. To try and get as many of the fans there will be great.
We'll put a big push. It's really great because Brian does social media and he's constantly, putting out there that these are the games. Come see the teams. Here's the results from the previous night. It's very engaging for the public. And by tagging me, it alerts me to things that I can put out there for we have this huge viewership.
There's a cost too, right? For people to come see these games.
The state tournament, there will be, yes.
Yeah.
There is obviously an admittance to get in, so it's usually anywhere from I think $6 to $11. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's good entertainment. And,
Great entertainment.
Supporting the local student athletes. So
And
Nothing's
energy.
free with the state.
Great energy.
How did cross country do yesterday?
Cross country, it was a great day yesterday. We had one boy runner finish in the top 10 in the Northeastern Conference Championship. It was actually nice. We hosted it at Stage 4 Park again.
Yeah.
Thank you to the DPW letting us get out there, Mayor Berga and everything, because last year that's a great venue to watch a cross country meet.
Yeah.
A lot of places people think of they watch the kids take off and then you don't see them come back until they hit the finish line, where you get all these towns. You got 10 different schools here with all the families, which was great. Watching it at Stage 4. Then after, obviously the teams get on their bus, but then you've got more families like, all right, I'm in Gloucester. Where am I going to go out to eat now? What am I going to do here? So worked out great. The kids worked really hard. Like I said, we did have one senior, Max Littman, finish 8th place in the conference, which is quite an accomplishment. It's every year I work at the finish line trying to help with like the scoring and everything. It's an impressive sport when you watch these kids come through after 20 to 30 minutes of straight running and just like how hard they push.
Yeah.
And they just fall into their feet right away. I mean, they put everything on the line, and it's fun to watch. So they've got the next couple of weeks they'll be in like the Division II state meets and everything. So they're doing well.
Who's the cross country coach?
Cross country coach is Allie Mitchell.
Allie Mitchell.
Yeah, she was a former runner for Gloucester High School years ago. She does a great job with the teams. Also helps a little bit with the track teams, indoor and outdoor. So all in all, yeah, things are going well with the team. I'm trying to think of who else we have in the fall. Football, yesterday had a very big win, 21-20 versus Northeast Tech. They held on. They were up 21-0, but the second half they kind of.
And wasn't there a big 2-point conversion stop to keep the lead?
Yeah, stopped it. I think under a minute left. I unfortunately wasn't there because I was at the cross country, but so that's a big win. Puts them at 3-5. And I'll be honest, this year the football team could easily just a couple breaks here or there could be 5-3, 6-2. A lot of close games. Good senior leadership on that team this year. So they've got it's kind of the same boat as field hockey and soccer, where the next couple of days we wait. They didn't make the playoffs, but they play non-playoff games the next 2 weeks. So tomorrow we'll find out who they play this coming week, and then it'll be competitive games. Good way to end. And we do have the Thanksgiving Day game back in Gloucester for the first time in a few years.
Wow.
Usually, obviously, that goes every other year, but with COVID, it kind of threw things off. And the one season we played football in the spring made it a little bit interesting. So, and then last team I'd like to mention is the cheer squad. Actually, they go under the radar as well. They obviously every week they're at football, but now they hit their competition time right now. So, like yesterday, they were in Wilmington High School. Today, they're at Austin Prep High School. I always think of the cheerleaders back when I was in high school, and it was more or less they were on the sideline cheering, supporting. But the amount of work that this team puts in for these competitions,
it's athletic,
is absurd. And so, they go the whole fall season not competing at all, just practicing. And now it's every weekend. Last weekend, I'm drawing a blank on what school they were at. Billerica, I believe, last week. And just every Saturday, Sunday for the next few weeks, they're just straight out. Wow. So,
Chris, you never thought about doing cheerleading, right?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
You were going to shoot you out of a cannon or something?
Actually, Joe, I don't know if you remember, but basketball team, me and Vito, remember we put on old band uniforms that we found in the closet junior year. And Charlene's sister, Lori, was an actual cheerleader. And when Vito and they made it to the States, and we put on these band uniforms, and we were getting all the press. So Charlene's sister was... Oh, bullshit that we were taking.
You're getting all the headlines.
Yeah, taking all their
stealing the
fanfare away.
That's great.
That was funny.
I have a quick question for you. What is your take on grass fields for the sports, like soccer, football, versus turf? What is your take on that?
I love turf.
If you had your druthers, which would you have on your own?
I would rather have turf at this point, because when you start dealing with New England weather and to be able to play games, like you said, I spent over 2 hours one day trying to at least blow goose poop off of a field at O'Malley. That if you got a turf field, they're not landing on turf fields. There's nothing for them to eat and everything. We never have that issue at Newell Stadium. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we go over to O'Malley and it's a constant battle. And then it's just, you get a rainy day. As soon as the rain's done, turf field's fine. a lot of as a baseball coach in this area for 25 years, that was a nightmare. I mean, I pushed enough puddles and pumped off water off of baseball fields for a long time that the turf is great. Now, there's always the pros and cons. Obviously, I don't know all the research and info on injuries and everything. I mean, you see a lot of non-contact injuries, especially. I mean, every Sunday you watch the NFL or college football. Yesterday, it seems like every week you just see someone coming up, didn't have any contact, but something might have happened. So, again, there's the pros and cons for our community. I mean, having one turf field is great. If we had another one, that would just be light years ahead, would help us so much because of everyone wants to get on the turf field. You want practice time. You got to fit all these teams in and everything. And so it's a battle. So there's, like I said, there's the pros and cons. Myself personally, at this point, I'd love to see another one that would be multi-purpose that you could use for so many sports. Obviously, our fall sports we talked about, but then when you get to the spring and you've got baseball, softball, the lacrosse teams could play on that stuff would be great.
Mm. I know in Hamilton, they're pushing for turf fields over there.
Yeah.
No, when I went to that soccer game, the final, the senior night, the field didn't seem like it was in that bad a condition.
So they had so much rain earlier in the week. There was one section of the field, basically from the front of the girls' bench to about the 20-yard line on the far side from where we were standing. That literally the kids, it was just squashy, mushy, and they were worried about kids sliding or something. Yeah. And it didn't seem to bother Annie too much that game.
In that corner, too.
Yeah.
Speed kills.
Whatever happened in the good old days of the Mud Bowl?
No, that was I know. I'm always curious. I always wanted to know what is it? You know, the decision, because it's obviously for maintenance, the turf makes a lot of sense, right? But I just never knew what the costs were versus the.
They still got a lot of games to play in that field, so they don't want to tear it up too much because, like you were saying, nothing recovers in the fall, right?
Exactly.
There's no grass going to regrow.
Yep.
You know, in late October.
Right.
Yep.
And so once you tear it up, it's tore up for the rest of the fall.
Right.
And then you got other sports that have to come play on it. And then if you start getting some cold weather where it freezes the ground and it locks those ruts in and stuff, it really gets dangerous for the kids to play. So.
Right.
Brian, quick question for you. The infamous Thanksgiving Day game, the home, is that in Gloucester this year or in Danvers?
Yep, it is in
It's
Gloucester.
home?
Yep, it is this year. Yep.
Scotty just showed up.
You sleep?
You might have been sleeping.
I don't have any alcohol.
You better drink.
I don't have any alcohol.
The Silver October's got them all fucked up.
No, I'm sorry. I might have been asking reading the show notes and I might have missed it. I'm sorry. Well, maybe this then.
Well,
Let me do a follow-up.
Please don't. Please don't.
The important thing.
Let me do a follow-up.
No, that's okay.
You got one hell of a night, big man.
Who was the last winner on that? Was it Danvers or Gloucester?
It was Danvers.
Danvers won, so we're looking for the win this year.
We're looking for the win.
Looking for a win every year. But
What is the overall record? Do you know?
That's a really good question.
Do you know who holds the upper hand?
We have the upper hand overall, definitely. But the last, I think, 4 years, we've fallen to Danvers. Their program's kind of taken off, and we just had a few tough years. But hopefully this year it should be a good
Joey, we
battle.
just went over that.
We just went over it. That's okay. Scotty was texting his honey.
She actually the last comment that came in was from your girlfriend.
What's it say?
It says, "Good morning, guys."
Well, the text message was actually sports related because you coached her son Jake Esposito.
Oh, yes.
So she said to say hello, and I wasn't going to do that, but since you brought up the name, then yes.
Yep. That was a long, like I said, a good kid, Jake, back in baseball, 13 years old. I couldn't even tell you how old he is now, probably what, 24, 23, 24. That
I couldn't tell you either.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. There's our update.
How long did you do baseball?
I coached baseball for over 20 years. I coached Gloucester High for 5 years. I coached Gloucester American Legion baseball back from 1998 till, I don't know, probably 10 years. And I ran a travel ball business, was involved in that, the local men's league. So I got around with the baseball circuit and then thankfully got into this job after a few years as the high school coach. So,
Did you see the World Series last night?
I saw some of it.
Did you see the guy going like this into the glove?
I didn't notice that part right there. It's nonstop with the cameras.
It's nonstop with the cameras. He was going like this.
The pitcher?
The pitcher. It's all over the internet.
Really?
The Astros pitcher, yeah. And I don't know. I mean, it's older. I mean,
it's a different
different
game nowadays with
Yeah.
between all of that stuff and having the cameras on every little thing. But then I see catchers now as a former catcher and seeing them pressing buttons on their shin guards that are calling pitches apparently into the
Really?
ears of the pitcher. Yeah, it's way over my head.
More of those high fluorescent fingernails that they.
Yeah, I guess no more of that. They're not giving signs because teams pick it up
in the ear.
Wow,
it's
transmitting.
Yeah. As a coach, I'm still the old school. Call my pitchers and say, I mean, that's about it. It's tough watching that side, especially when they have a technical issue. Like, oh, he's having a problem with it. Oh, got to change it out with another one.
Yeah,
Come on, what are we doing here?
But how much of an advantage is it to them having something sticky on their fingers to be able to hold the ball? I mean, you kind of don't want the pitcher to lose control of the ball, right? Like, you want the guy to have a good grip on it.
Right.
If you're standing at the plate and he's throwing 100 miles an hour at your head.
Have you seen some of these videos of like what the movement they can put on a ball with the grip and how much when they started enforcing it, how much of that movement came off? And some of these pictures that got caught and stopped using it, how much their ERAs went up and
yeah,
stuff
it's
like
definitely
that.
a big advantage by able to do that.
Especially a wiffle ball. I could spin that wiffle ball.
My favorite pitcher catcher team of all time is Bugs Bunny and Bugs Bunny.
Hey, speaking of
Doesn't
that,
get
let's
much
have
better
a
than that.
let's have a
Yeah.
GMG wiffle ball tournament.
Yes.
Two-man
GMG wiffle 2-man. How are we gonna cover a field?
It's all in the
2-man. We're all
pitch.
old fucking guys. What?
We're all old guys.
It's automatic.
Fest.
What?
So
Automatic.
you get the basket, the laundry basket, you put it behind the thing.
No, we gotta do more
Right
than
in there.
2-man
Old school
teams. We
one,
gotta do
yes.
like 3 or 4-man teams.
You gotta have a beverage in hand at all time, one-handed.
Ah, see?
I like it. I like the way you're thinking. No, so this is something we'll do for the spring. We'll do a Good Morning Gloucester
And a hand.
wiffle ball tournament, and teams can tie up, and we'll have a each team will probably do like a $25
Entry fee.
and the money will go towards we'll put it towards the athletic program.
Craig,
I like that.
Craig thinks we should do darts instead. That might be safer, he says.
GMG darts. I don't know where these go. Scotty can't see or anything or hear anything. He'd be walking through, put one right in their ear hole.
Brian, those calls you were talking about earlier, the old school, help me understand what are the kids looking at? And you don't have to reveal any secrets,
Right.
but
Well, it's just, I mean, for myself, that would be more pitch calling from the dugout. So if I'm calling the pitch to the catcher, this is what pitch, what location, different things, what else to show. Sometimes you tell them to just shake off, tell the pitcher to shake their head a couple times, little things like that. But then
Do you do like 3-4 signals, and then you say the third signal is the one that you take?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if I'm doing all this, it could be the first,
Nothing
second,
until
third,
you like
right? And then
fix
at
your
the
belt
end, I
buckle
would
or
usually
something.
throw some numbers and everything to
Yeah.
try but then, I mean, the important part of it, and that's part of the fun of that game, was that, okay, I might have 10 guys sitting on the bench that day, but their job is to watch the other team and figure those signs out.
really?
Where nowadays, this is where we're running into the cameras and teams doing the banging of trash cans like the Astros apparently did and whatnot because of the video feeds. They could guess or call every pitch that was coming. But for baseball, that was the fun part, more the mental part of the game. I mean, baseball's got the physical aspect, but the mental part of the game to mess with the other team and trying to avoid them calling or getting what you're throwing.
When I worked at Cancun, the bartenders actually used signals for the locals to get drinks because it was during spring break time. So, you'd see this or you'd see like that or like they had different. No, they did. They had different call signals for the locals. So one of the locals,
the locals in the back of the
mixed in with everybody. But the spring
and
breakers, because they pay one cover charge and it's open bar the entire night at all stations. So the locals, if they want to get a drink, they can't get a drink. They say, all right, well, that was on Yeho and Coke.
Yeah.
You wanted rum and Coke.
Oh, the
Now,
Coke.
see, now
Ramen
this is
Coke.
just like in a game as a coach.
But there was there was this if you wanted like a vodka something, and there was also.
That's interesting.
So they taught me these signals. So when I go up to the bar, I could get a drink instead of the kids.
So you got to be careful with
Yeah.
that now because, I mean, as a coach, when a player missed a sign, I wouldn't be happy. Now, what if you have a couple too many drinks and they give the wrong sign? Then you give them the wrong drink, right? Then you give the wrong drink. Now you're costing the restaurant money because they're giving out the wrong drink.
Once he put his finger in his ear, 2 guys tried to pick him up.
That was at your wedding, Ralph.
That was at my wedding.
Our friend Nicole's checking in from the parking lot at Governor's Academy. I'm guessing one of her sons has a hockey game.
Or
there.
she's drinking in the
I didn't say it. That was Jim Dalpiaz that said it. I didn't say it because some of our women cast members are very sensitive. You can't criticize them.
Can't criticize.
Pat Cam.
Happy birthday to our son Ryan!
Yay! Son
Nice.
Let's give a shout out to Garen and Grady
leave,
that love the Pat Cam.
No one talk. Let's just leave the camera on Pat and have her stand there uncomfortably.
Give people something to look at.
Stand up like you did pre-show and give me
Yeah.
Ooh, you know.
Hey now.
Well, Nicole's listening. I wish you were here, Nicole.
Pat's bedazzled pumpkins and spiders for the win. He says,
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Take it easy there, Pat.
This is a kid show.
This is Jesus.
Is
Is it cold in here, Pat?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nicole!
All right, it's time to go.
Yeah, time to go.
All right, here we go.
We gotta
I'm
go
surprised
buy Joe's.
Bugsy didn't come in with the bedazzled plover.
Bugs is,
Right.
I love that Bugs wears the shirt and support. Huh?
He's only sleeping.
All the money.
Can
All
we
the
go to
money.
the other camera for Bugsy?
Oh, there we go.
Great.
Oh, there we go. He's only sleeping. He's just
Yes, it's only sleeping.
there's a classic early on in the blog with my daughter Eloise, who's now 17. She was like 4 years old, and or 3 years old, and there was she had a pet bee. You kept it in a jar.
A pet bee.
A pet bee. But it was a jar, and we had holes in the thing, and the thing died. And she come up to me, and she come up to me with the bee in her hand, and I says, "Oh, the bee is sleeping." So like, it was a running bit for 4 days. She would walk around with the bee in her hand, like waiting for the bee to wake up. But the bee, I kept out telling her that the bee was sleeping. So, and it's just it was. Do you remember those
I
posts?
do remember that.
Yeah.
Teaching her a nice life lesson of false hope right up from the gate.
False hope. There you go. Nicole Schraft, very sensitive. Like I said, very sensitive.
Chris, you got an invitation from the Spanx. Come to the villages and play as much pickleball as you want all year long.
Do I have to bring my wife?
There's a hidden joke in
Yeah,
there.
that's the swingers capital of the
Please,
world.
much
They want me
pickle.
to bring Charlene down.
You're gonna bring your pineapple paddle.
I mean, what does pickleball mean
Yeah.
down in the villages?
Right? Is there a subliminal?
Yeah,
The different color paddles for different things when you play pickleball in the villages, like the wolf is.
The purple paddle. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Down there, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, look at him.
I'm gonna crush it. Yeah.
All right. So wait, I wanted
No
to go back.
competition.
I wanted to show. Can you take? There you go.
Oh, the prime
So this
rib.
is the prime rib at Castle Manor Inn from our dinner last night.
Leading.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Look how thick that bad boy was. It was like an inch cut.
It was pretty up. Yeah, it was something.
That is the short rib. That
I had the short rib.
picture
yeah.
doesn't do it justice, but like
It was
fork
delicious.
fork tender.
Oh, it
So
fell
good.
apart.
Oh, wow.
Did
Yeah,
not need
yeah.
a fork. Here is the Pat with her outfit of the night. She with Annie Rochon.
Annie, yeah.
Annie sent that photo in. Very nice. I got this lobster came in yesterday. Very funky lobster. We get probably about 2 or 3 of these a year. Calico. This is the term for this is a
That's
calico lobster.
Looks like a gourd.
And I know, right? And the way that there's a abundance of a certain type of a protein that makes the color. Any of these like miscolored lobsters, the blue ones or the white ones or the speckled ones, there's a high concentration of some type of protein when they've done these DNA studies. So I thought that was interesting
Wow.
to
Does
share.
it change the taste?
I've never eaten one. We usually just we usually give them to like one of the we give them to one of the aquariums or the research facilities like the GMGI.
Yeah.
Good Morning Gloucester Institute.
They studied them.
They
Our affiliate.
they do our affiliate, our sub affiliate, yeah, that's right.
So we get all our grants.
Thank you very much to Ruth Pino that gave me this Gloucester 400 coin. That's the I'm guessing that's the front of it. Oh no, we don't have both.
You can't use those for drinks at the Crow's Nest, Joe.
I think they're both in there. Maybe
No,
not.
there's Scotty.
Whoa, Scotty.
Hey now.
Oh, there's the
There it
back, and that's the tails. Very, very, very nice gift.
Did you try to use it as a chip at the crow's nest?
No, but I do have one from my dad got them for us back in 1976.
Wow.
So I have one, and it's the same exact kind of dimension. Very cool.
Joe, the Castle Manor stuff, with you showing the pictures of the dinner and stuff, is there any sort of schedule going on there for the Castle Manor for the rest of the season with Dan and Chef?
So you can have functions there through December 1st, he said, and I would highly recommend that space. It was very warm, like it was cool outside.
Yeah.
The room,
I like that deck,
and it's a warm, inviting room. It's not like a sterile room. You know, like a lot of these.
It's not just a deck though; they have the inside also.
Yeah, they have the inside too, and they are having a Thanksgiving buffet menu, which Dan used to be a chef at Topside, and Topside had a famous that they always were open for Thanksgiving and fed people for Thanksgiving, and they're doing it too. They have it's a price fix Thanksgiving buffet. So I highly recommend them. They are going to be open from 8 to 11 Wednesday through Sunday for their breakfast, which I believe is the best breakfast in town, and that's saying something.
Home
we
fries
have a lot of great breakfast places in town. Phenomenal breakfast. If you haven't been there, Brian,
Until when?
You have to check it out. 9 to 11 Wednesday through Sunday.
9 to 11 or 8 to 11?
8 to 11. I'm sorry, 8 to 11.
I have to try that.
You got to
Very
try
good,
it.
Ralph.
You got to. Bugs went.
Well, you know that's why I'm usually not here.
It used to be nice because there was never a wait, but now that he's told the world about
Yeah,
it,
right.
it'll probably
That's-
be crowded. So.
That's like
Jim,
Jimmy giving up table 12 at the
next time you
Beauport for
find
burger night.
a place for breakfast and you don't have to wait. Keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Good
That's
morning,
not the-
Gloucester's hidden gem.
The purpose of this blog is not to keep secrets. It's supposed to is to.
You ever
to
see the movie
share.
The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio?
I know. I did.
Watch that movie and then come back and tell me the story about you giving out the secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
Is
The most
We have no idea
pristine
what
beach.
you're talking about until we watch the movie.
oh
The
and
most
they,
pristine beach, a secret spot. Then people find out about it and it all unravels.
oh, okay.
I get your point.
Thank you, Ralph.
You just ruined it for us.
What was
Scotty.
the
No, you're gonna
I
watch
thought
it,
you were
'cause
going
Leonardo
to-
looks divine.
what was the show about a beach and there was Brooke Shields when she
The
was
Blue
like
Lagoon.
18
the
years
Blue
old.
Lagoon, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I was thinking about bacon and
a lot
eggs.
less impressed.
And
Yeah.
Joe
I
takes
bet.
it to
They
another
probably should.
level.
Yeah.
Someone, I mean, it's like a bathing suit, right? You're like, it's on every single.
Yeah, right.
Hash browns,
How
bacon
about
and
It's on
eggs,
regular TV.
How about 10 with
Bo Derek, 10?
Derek.
some wheat toast.
Do you remember the
Maybe
black
the
and white
little
original
yogurt.
version of A Christmas Carol?
Joe's thinking about 18-year-old Berkshire.
Well, you don't remember that?
Vaguely, but I had bacon and eggs on my mind, Joe.
It's the new 55.
Breakfast time.
Joey had legs and eggs on his
I
mind.
haven't had anything to eat yet this morning.
Just turned 55.
Annie Rochon says the food was fantastic. John Urbania says, good morning, Dr. Gamber. Dr. Gamber.
We'll be up here next week. We're going to Celts game Friday, and then we have a reunion for Tees Pub.
Up
And
by
we all worked that in
Customary.
Boston.
Jeez.
So, yeah,
Dr.
Tees
Gamber,
Pub
speaking
reunion.
of Dr. Gamber, I just want to publicly say thank you. I had the teeth
Oh.
whitening done in his
Yeah.
office.
Oh, fantastic.
And
Let me see.
th-
I don't see
yeah,
it.
there was definitely don't knock his work. He did good work. But thank you very much. And people noticed, and
People noticed.
I sent them all to your business for the out of state third party check. Was it? Ralph? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yes.
Cash. Cash is king.
That's just king. This right here is I saw this on my Instagram feed. If you see a woman and she's wearing one of these big
Yeah.
floppy hats,
Yeah.
and you're a young
Is
man,
it the Kentucky Derby?
no, not like that kind of hat, like one of these obnoxious hats that the girls
Yeah.
wear, the fall hats, to like the festivals and stuff. Like if you're a young man, do not
Yes.
marry this kind of a girl.
Yeah.
Because she that is the number one tell of a high
Yeah.
maintenance broad right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't
Hold on, let me
marry.
get a look at this. Oh, shit. I just bought my wife a hat like that.
There's that.
She's already married.
So don't do that. This struck a chord with me because I think I have every cell phone box that I've
do
ever
too.
purchased a cell phone. I don't know what millennial needs to hear this. I don't think this goes for more than just millennials, but throw away the box your cell phone came in. You
Yeah.
don't need it. You will never need it.
That is a very good point.
I
That
keep,
is a good
I have like I
do
probably
have
have
a bunch of
5
boxes.
boxes.
I'm in the process of moving. I found at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, I
That,
have,
that applies to a lot of things,
No,
not
but
just.
because I'm at the age where like, oh, this is a good box. Let's save it.
Mm-hmm.
For no
Oh,
reason.
and Caitlin would like to. My beautiful wife Caitlin would like to add in iPad boxes. I think we have a couple of those laying around as well.
And cigar box.
There's an age, Pat, for when you start saving boxes?
If you read certain threads on Instagram,
We'll go to the
Twitter,
camera
you'd
for
be
Pat.
led to believe that.
Sorry,
Yes.
thank you very much.
What's that, Pat?
If you watch certain Twitter feeds or Instagram feeds, you would be led to believe that it's an age-related obsession. But
I never knew that. There was an age on when you start collecting boxes. Okay.
Have you started
that,
collecting them?
It's a hoarding thing.
You collect them?
As we leave the camera awkwardly on Pat for a long
It's
period.
a bet. It's a bet.
Pat, don't jump up on the
He'll be right down. He'll be right down.
Oh, Pat's standing up for the camera, Paul.
Oh, Pat, that's the best view. That's the best view, Pat.
Oh, Pat.
Oh.
Woo! Woo!
I thought coming here today was a good idea.
150 miles you drove to get here in a plane.
Yeah.
We're still gonna
Go
keep.
downstairs.
We're still keeping it on Pat,
Customs.
and we're keeping it on
Oh,
Oh,
Pat,
you have a boat,
and we're
Joe.
keeping it on Pat, and we're
I
keeping
gotta
it
go,
on
so
Pat.
I gotta go
clean
too.
up.
No,
Scotty, can you
Share the
help clean
podcast.
up?
Oh,
I gotta go
so
back
I'll go to Jeff. You do the whole thing about sharing the podcast. I'll be when I come back. We'll pull it.
Jimmy, come on down here.
Oh my God! Look at the crumbs.
Oh, yeah. Plus, your
Chris,
mother, I did
Chris,
see.
there's a little piece left.
No, your mother said she's going to take care of me.
Nice seeing you.
She's got
Oh,
another badge.
she
First
can't
of-
say
A
that.
better badge.
Bye bye, buddy. We'll see you later.
First and foremost, again, we want to
Thanks
thank
for coming.
Bye, Al.
It was good to see you, Ralph.
We'd like to thank Pat for providing Chris's cookies for the rest of the cast today.
That was nice.
It was Three Stooges at last.
So it looks like we have a Stacey.
Yeah, we got Susie.
Do you want to read these, Jim?
Sure.
Tell everybody what it's all about.
If you send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 95 East Main Street, Gloucester, our fair city, 01930, you could ask for one of these. And that's
They're
our,
replenished in.
yes. And we have one, and it's from Diane Britton, and she's from Boston. And she sent a note, which Joey loves to see notes.
He does.
So we're going to read the note. Dear Joey, I would love to have 4 square GMG stickers, not your bumper sticker now. I want the 4 square ones. Well, guess what? You asked, you shall receive. Here's the 4. We're going to put it right in your self-addressed envelope, and we're going to send that out.
And there it is. That's the Stacey
Yeah.
report right there. You too can have one, as Jim said. Make sure that you send that to 95
East Main Street,
East Main Street, right
Gloucester, our
here in
fair city.
01930. For all of you lurkers out there behind the keyboard right now, if you'd like to get in on the prizes today, Pat, let's go to the prizes and show everybody what we can win. You get to type shared. So if you're on YouTube, I found out, if you're on YouTube, you can do this. You can chime in. And then also on Facebook, on the keyboard, type shared in the shared field, click share, and you're entered to win one of our beautiful prizes today. Pat?
We are up to number 14. The first prize is this Phoenix hat. If you like the style, the mesh style hat.
That's our friends from Three Lanterns right here in Gloucester from
Oh,
Marine
it is.
Supply.
Okay.
Those are the unbreakable fishing rods. They're guaranteed.
And the Thatcher and Straitsmouth Island Lighthouse calendar for 2023. There's really beautiful pictures in there.
Pat, hold up a couple pictures of that real quick, just so
Mhm.
people would, what's October look like for next year? Let's go to that.
October. I'm stuck on February because there's only 28 days.
Well, I want to know what sober October is going to look like next year for all of us.
Okay. Still got 31 days, just FYI.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. That's a good one for October. Here's December.
Very nice.
Yeah. And we also have 2 stickers. No, patches. Thank you. One is a Winger Chic Beach patch, and one is the Gloucester Fisherman patch. I believe these came from Pauline's. Pauline's donated them. We are currently at 14 shares. If we get up to 20, we're going to do 2 separate drawings for the stickers and have 4 prizes.
Let's get at least six more keyboard heroes out there to share the podcast. It just spreads the word of Good Morning
Get one
Gloucester.
more.
and there's a whole lot of buffoonery here, but a whole lot of uplifting of local business, and then sports, all different community aspects. So,
Speaking of local business, you DJing anywhere?
I am DJing, Pat. Good thing, Paul, for mentioning that. Today, this afternoon, actually.
He saw the notes. He's looking down, and he saw.
I was actually checking my trail camera. Goddamn deer on Sunday you can't hunt, and my deer are out there right in front of my trail camera waving to me practically. Like, we're here on Sunday again.
The Lord's Day. No hunting on the Lord's Day?
Yeah, isn't that a ridiculous thing?
So, yes, Paul, to answer your question, I'll be at the studio. Sorry, we're closing party. They're not closing for good, just Sunday, October 30th, which is today. From 1 till 4, I'll be doing the New England Patriots tailgate party, as I've done around the city over the past 10 years. So we'll be at the studio on Rocky Neck. And I can't speak to this, but I know that Joey had mentioned something. Maybe you know, Jim. They had specials on draft beer.
Yep, they're doing dollar drafts. I think the oysters are gone. Yes, she said they're gone.
And pitchers, like $10 pitchers.
$5 pitchers.
$5 pitchers.
Yep.
So one for each hand for $10.
But even more exciting, Andy Brooks is coming tonight.
I'm just getting to that, Pat.
I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay. You want to take it, Pat?
No.
So I'll be there from 1 to 4. Obviously, we're rooting on our New England Patriots, as it looks like Mac Jones will be getting the start for squash that quarterback controversy, right, Brian?
We'll see.
We'll see. You never know what Belichick is.
Exactly.
The method, the madness.
2 series, go down 14-0, and Zappy will be back in.
Yeah, I mean, are you guys happy for Zappy? I don't even like that term, happy for Zappy, but it's been coined. So
take down the.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
For a second, what do you got for today's game? What do you think? I mean, it's the Jets and the Patriots kind of in flux
at New York, right?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, as an athletic director, I don't keep up with my professional sports enough right now because I'm nonstop with my O'Malley field hockey team and everything. But,
well,
so you got the Patriots on the road at the Jets.
Didn't Aaron Rodgers have some trouble with them? And
yeah, I'm not feeling great. The Jets are playing a little bit better right now and everything. I know it's probably a close spread between the two of them. That I'd say that
I'm going to go Patriots today on my pick.
Gotcha.
Just. I'm being supportive in my Halloween costume.
I love my Patriots, but I just don't know if they're going to do
I just think that Mac wants to come out and keep his job. So I think he's got a lot to prove. I think he's going to be precise. He's going to be on point.
Right.
And try to hold on to that position rather than giving it up for somebody else.
Right.
So that's my reasoning behind my pick.
Hopefully he got the rust out a little bit last week at the beginning there, and week 2 he feels a little bit more comfortable. They're saying that about what's his name, Dak.
Jim, being a New York guy, but Jets are
Jets are underdogs today. You're getting 3.
Really?
Are they now?
Yeah. The Jets, it's Cinderella. They've done some magic and did some crazy stuff, but I gotta believe the Patriots can put it all together. They're just not firing on all the cylinders, but I think today they could put it together.
Bugsy, what do you think?
I think the defense played so bad last week that they got something to prove. They got to play better, and the offensive line really didn't do a great job giving either quarterback a lot.
See, that's interesting because the defense is what's been actually winning our games this season, and keeping us. Once we put some points up, so that's surprising.
That pocket was collapsing so fast last week that a lot of those passes got tipped because they got so close to both quarterbacks. I thought the offensive line was a big problem last week. But
Gamber, I know you're going to report on Pittsburgh. So.
No, I won't go there. There's not much to watch this year. They're awful. But I got the Pats. I think the Pats are going to win down in New York. I think they're good. Belichick's going to outcoach him.
Paula Ryan O'Brien?
I'll pick the Patriots over the Jets this week.
Do you just like the colors better, or is there a reason? Or?
Honestly, I love high school football, and I follow a lot of different teams, but I don't do the NFL much. I'm aware of what's going on in the NFL, but I don't follow it. I don't watch any of the games.
Pat Cam?
No clue. No clue.
No.
Pat Cam!
My Steelers have the Eagles today, which doesn't look good for them.
I'm going to comment real quick. We had a couple of viewers ask about coaching for a certain sport and stuff. And Brian,
we're always working on our coaches.
Yep.
it's a quick turnover sometimes for some of the seasons. So if there's any that haven't been announced or posted on our website yet, we're still in the search for head coaches for certain levels. At this point now, most of the winter sports are filled, but some of the usually sub-varsity levels, the O'Malley teams and sometimes JV or freshman teams need to be filled up. So as soon as we get it, and you'll probably start seeing, if we're still looking, we'll post on our social media.
Yep. Do you guys ever reach out to like some of the youth basketball coaches and see if they want to come up and do like the middle school team and that kind of thing?
Yeah, sometimes we definitely, especially the middle school level. Sometimes it does end up being a lot more a parent that's familiar with them and has the availability. One of the toughest things with coaches in high school or middle school level is just availability. Yeah. You're talking games right after school or trying to get on a bus to go somewhere. It's a tough industry to fill because people got jobs, they can't get out that early. And but yeah, we're open to anybody that wants to do it for the right reason, coaching the kids and everything. So we're always open to anyone.
Pass your Corey test. You got to pass your Corey test first.
Yep.
Yeah, and don't ask Joey for any recommendations. It's a scary thing. I want to do a shout out to the drivers. They were super. Everyone knows shortage of drivers. It's harder than heck to fill that, and they're doing many, many runs. And sometimes to get a driver, someone has to cover another run so they can get the driver here. But shout out to all the drivers out there. They were great to me this year. Yep. Got me where I needed to be and everything. And I'm sure I'm speaking for all the other sports too.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's difficult. They work magic, the transportation directors, and trying to schedule between having to get every single kid home from school first and then worry about getting athletic teams to other towns and everything. It's quite a task.
I have a question on that note. So for the buses and the transportation and stuff like that, is that covered by the city because it's a local public school thing, or is that extracurricular that is not covered and the boosters take care of that?
Well, we take care of that, and the athletic department is part of our budget.
Okay.
So part of collecting the user fees, but also our general budget. So we plan out so many trips for all the teams. Just like if it's a home game, we have to plan on paying all the officials or referees.
Okay.
So whether you're going on the road, a bus is going to cost us money, or you're staying home, you got to pay for officials, or some sports need a scoreboard operators or things like that. So everything costs money, unfortunately.
Do you find if you win a championship in any of those sports that your budget goes up a little bit, or is it they still try to cut you?
They're very good. The school committee's been very good. They're very supportive. Our superintendent, and our principal, I can't complain whatsoever. As far as our administration, they're very supportive of athletics and whatnot. It is always nice when you have certain sports where you do charge admission at games. So you get the general public, and if you make some revenue off of that, that can go back to help defray some of these costs of like a bus. I mean, you're dealing with gas mileage and you're sending teams, especially these upcoming weeks. I know our cross-country team will be going to Westfield next weekend. So you're talking a 2.5-hour drive on a bus back and forth, plus paying the driver who deserves it. But it gets pretty costly.
So those events that you talked about that might be coming up, the seeded events, once they find out what seed they are, and they're going to be ticketed events,
right? That
goes into your budget?
Unfortunately, the state tournament, the majority goes to the MIAA. They will, if you host the event, they do give us funds to cover the basic game day costs of officials or security.
Okay.
Anything of that sort. Ticket. I mean, obviously the people that are selling the tickets and everything, we need to compensate them. So they will cover. So like last year when we hosted all those hockey games at Talbot Rink.
Tremendous games, by the way.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable atmosphere.
The place was electric.
Yeah. After what we went through with COVID, to be able to do that, and it was one of the few. I mean, it's a great rink, great facility, and hockey's never allowed home games. It's always been a sport where every round is always neutral site. Last year was the first time where they started with a new statewide tournament, allowed teams to host. So for us to get to host 3 home games in that rink, where a lot of places
that's amazing.
They wouldn't be able to host that type of crowd.
A lot of history in that rink.
Yes. It's people. That's all they kept saying is it reminded them of some of the heyday of the place being packed and 2 to 3 rows deep of people around the glass and everything. I mean, it was tough when we actually had to shut down after only about 12 hours of online ticket sales. We had to shut it down at that point.
If I remember correctly, and maybe you may have a better recollection of this, the O'Malley rink. I'm going to go back to my middle school days. Even I believe had hosted the Russian Olympic hockey team or the USA Olympic hockey team for exhibition.
It may have been the USA team. I'm not positive, but Coach Ben Smith who obviously is a local legend and coached the women's Olympic hockey team, who still helps with our O'Malley hockey team at this point, and even the high school team. I think they may have brought them into town. I don't know all the facts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do have to admit, like Joey talks about the Hamilton Wenham Generals, I was a general myself, so I grew up with that and being close with being an Essex boy, but I don't know all the history of Gloucester. But if it was USA Olympics, there's a good chance it was tied to Coach Ben Smith and his history with that. And like
just one of the things that stuck in my head from
there's a lot of great things. Like I saw you guys bringing up the 400th. Coming up next year, and the 400th athletic committee is working real hard. They're actually going to be bringing in a Bruins alumni team to play a game at the end of January. So
that's breaking news.
That's
breaking news.
Maybe we'll see McCarthy on the fourth line.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll go that deep.
Yeah, we'll
see. They'll go with the invitation.
The ankles aren't what they used to be, right?
Hey, I was doing shout outs, and I've got to put out there to Jim Capillo and Lisa and Phil for all the coverage that they do.
Jimmy Fingers.
Oh yeah. I mean, going out there in the weather, in the rain and the cold, and just giving more. I know they were doing it for COVID reasons,
right? But
so many people requested that and like it, and they go out there, and it's they're giving up their time and energy to do it, and it's I give them all the credits to go out there and add that extra to the sports.
It's impressive. I mean, it is 100% volunteer on Jim and Lisa and Phil McCasher when they do any of the games. And so that's what's tough sometimes, because people in all sports want to get coverage and everything, but they got to understand it's not affiliated with the high school. It's their own free time. And they show up. If Jim's doing a game at Newell Stadium, he's there 2.5 hours before a game, setting up his camera, lugging it up the stands. and like I said, the weather's a factor. And some days when that wind's howling at Newell Stadium, he's out there freezing, trying to film a game. It's big credit to those individuals.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a well organized machine that I'm just learning and being part of, and I just have the utmost. DPW coming out doing the lines in my field and keeping all the fields ready. I mean, they were great too.
The public works department's huge for us as far as athletics all year round. I mean, when it comes to fields, taking care of those, we had that conference championship race yesterday down at stage 4 they actually mark out with paint the entire course.
Yeah.
So one of our workers, Noel Mitchell, one of the DPW workers, actually follows a guy for probably 2+ miles with a paint machine and paints the course, and they help get everything ready.
Yeah.
Even the rink, like you said, Talbot Rink is run by the DPW. So if we don't have those guys and the great efforts they do to get a great facilities.
That rink, they put the 400, right? Did you mention that?
We were just talking about that.
Yeah,
the
very cool.
Coming in, yes.
I was talking to Ruth Pino and stuff, and like that 400, it seemed like just yesterday they were talking about, it's like, it's a couple years away and we're going to have 1 million different events. Now it's like,
2 months.
Yeah, 2 months away. It's going to be like, I don't know. So they're looking for volunteers, I'm sure. So the Gloucester 400 website, you can go there. And
breaking news about the 400, the Bruins alumni team is going to be playing.
Yep. End of January, the athletic committee of the 400th. I'll be honest, I don't make many of the meetings because I'm deep in fall season, but there's a great group headed up by Mr. Gillis, some of our former coaches and everything, planning events for the whole year. But one of the big ones I know they're pushing for now is late January. The Bruins alumni will be playing against some.
Was there a rumor that there was going to be a BC girls hockey?
Yep, that's another thing on the card for next fall, because it would be, I can't remember the exact, I don't want to put the college names out there exactly who it is, because it would be a regular game for them, so they have to work that out of their schedule.
Okay.
But that was slated hopefully for next October, November timeframe, that there would be a college hockey game, a high-level Division I college hockey game there. We brought up Coach Smith a little while ago, who
I want tickets. I don't know where I get the tickets. I want the tickets. Yeah. I want tickets.
Like I said, this 400th athletic committee, they're working real hard. I'm on all the meeting notes that they send out. They're doing a ton of work for all these events, and one of them will be the Bruins alumni game coming in. So we'll definitely make sure that get it to you guys to help push that out there, because there'll be pre-sale for tickets. I don't know all the details yet, but that's going to be a big, exciting event to kind of kick off the 400th year.
And Chris is going to probably get his invite being on the fourth line, so maybe he can get you in.
Well, yeah, there you go. We got that go first.
VIP seats.
Yeah.
How many shares did we have?
We got to 20.
We did get to 20. All right, so we got 4 prizes. Let's go over the prizes quickly so people.
Right.
So we're going to pick the 4 people, and the first people to say which prize they want. So we have the hat donated by Three Lantern Ship Supply. We have a Gloucester patch and a Wing of Chic beach patch.
So they'll go separately.
Separately, yep.
So you tell me.
So you say
beach
Gloucester patch,
or fisherman patch.
Gloucester patch, or Wing of
That's
Chic patch.
donated by Pauline.
Pauline's Gifts, and we have a Straightsmith and Thatcher Island calendar. Can you just open it up
For the 400th year for 2023.
Yeah. All right, so they got the idea of that. Okay, so 20 exactly on the shares.
20, yep.
All right.
So we want to hear hat, calendar, beach patch, or fisherman patch.
Okay, here we go. And Scotty, bring Patch to the studio.
That's us. If he wins. Yeah.
If he wins, okay. Here we go. 15.
Number 15, Chuck Shoebridge.
Oh, Shoe. He was Shoe and his wife Julie were at the event last night. Number 4.
Number 4, Patrick T. McNally.
Pat McNally.
Nice.
Came down from New Hampshire.
17.
Number 17, Jackie Chimataro LaFlamme.
Okay. And Pat McNally says Wing of Chic patch. And number 3.
Did you say number 3?
Yep.
Annie Rochon.
Annie Rochon.
Annie.
Chuck wants the hat. Chuck, you can come down the wharf, and everybody, you have until next Sunday to pick up the prizes down here at the dock. If you don't pick them up, they go back into the prize pool. All right. So far we have
Jackie and Annie to hear from.
Annie says the calendar. Annie just says the calendar. So Jackie LaFlamme gets the Gloucester patch.
Fisherman patch.
Gloucester Fisherman patch. All right.
Okay, very good.
There you go. Very good. That's a great stream. What do we do?
Yeah.
An hour and 21 minutes. Not too shabby. For our illustrious crew, thank you for coming, Brian.
Thank you.
Paul, Ryan, and Brian, thank you for joining us. Bugs, Paul Gamber, Jimmy D, Pat Cam.
No.
Busy doing her work over there. Everybody have a great day. We're going to go out with our friends from Over the Bridge since Mike Forget was with us earlier.
Little town with big news. 411, come get the scoop. Wake up with Joe and the rest of his crew. It's good morning, Gloucester, to you. Oh, it's good morning, Gloucester, to you. I say